हेलो बच्चे लोग, आई एम बैक। आप भी सोचते होगे ना, जब देखो तो ये आरसी सीरीज का एक और लेकर के एपिसोड आ जाती है। कोई काम वाम नहीं है मैम के पास। बेटा यही काम है और यही करवाना है मुझे। आई हैव टू हेल्प यू इम्प्रूव योर आरसीज इन सच अ वे दैट आरसी विल बी स्केर्ड ऑफ यू एंड योर प्रेप। आज कौन सा आरसी लेके आए? आई थिंक इट्स समथिंग ऑन वर्ल्ड वॉर 1। दिस इज द पैसेज. What does it look like? That's the first step. Assessment of the passage. So one para, two paras. भाई है किस चीज के बारे में? First World War. It destabilized something. So probably the effects of the World War 1. Probably. And यहाँ बोला है most visible consequences. यहाँ Then we have Treaty of Versailles in 1919, disillusionment, ripple effects, philosophy, literature, सब ले आया. Amid the rubble, okay. The last para. What makes the First World War especially significant is not just this. भाई तो हीरो अपना पैसेज का First World War है. अभी I haven't read the passage. जाएंगे वापस अभी तो पैसेज को पढ़ने के लिए. Hang in there. First we need to sneak peek at the questions. आपको तो पता ही है, पैसेज देख करके मैं क्वेश्चंस देख लेती हूं, देन आई गो बैक एंड डू माय रीडिंग. सो वंस आई सी ऑल द 4 क्वेश्चंस किस टाइप के हैं, दैट गिव्स मी एन आइडिया ऑफ हाउ टू हैंडल माय पैसेज, द अगली पैसेज और नॉट सो अगली पैसेज. ये बेचारा तो बहुत ही मासूम सा पैसेज है. सो व्हाट इज द सेंट्रल आइडिया? और मेन आइडिया, क्वेश्चंस आर ऑलवेज डार्लिंग्स. मेरा फिर पेन, हाँ मैंने पकड़ नहीं रखा था सही से, इसी को कहते हैं, bad workers blame their tools. Okay. Which of the following, if true, would weaken the author's claim about the long-term consequences? Treaty of Versailles was there in one para, so this is para-specific, so claim वहां है. This question doesn't have the claim given in the stem. वहां जाके हमें Treaty of Versailles का claim निकालना पड़ेगा, and then we'll have to come back and we have to weaken. Can be inferred about the author's view on post-World War I intellectual movements. The whole passage is not on intellectual movements. So this is again para-specific, right? Then tone of the passage. So this would be my number 2 question जो मैं करूंगी. Number 1 of course is main idea and then the other 2. तो ये आपका जो है ना Treaty of Versailles, even this is specific. And ये तो है ही specific. So for such a set of questions, why do you need to worry about reading too much? Still, we need to go and get the main idea, right? What is it saying? The First World War did not merely shatter empires and redraw borders. So what did it do? Not this, but that. Yeah, not only, but also. Destabilize the very intellectual foundations upon which Europe had rested. Foundation ही हिला दिया. Before 1914, there was a widespread belief, progress, okay, the war's unprecedented scale of destruction. We all know that it was a pretty destructive war. So he says, mechanized violence made a mockery of such assumptions. What assumptions? People believed in the inevitability of progress. कुछ भी कर लो, progress तो होगा ही होगा. Rational governance, government तो हमेशा logical ही होता है. And the resilience of liberal institutions, the governmental institutions and all are pretty good, resilient होते हैं. So it made a mockery of such assumptions. What followed was not just instability, but a deeper crisis of confidence in human reason, international cooperation, and this. So in this para, there are 2 important points. Not just this, but this. Not this, but this. Clear? So far, so good. Hero is World War I. It did this. That's the main idea. Among the most visible consequences was the collapse of these empires. I'm not reading it further. I'm just doing vertical reading, that is skimming. Geopolitical shifts, okay, negotiation, okay, brutality. The war did not just happen to Europe, reveal. अच्छा, तो ये empire से related point है. The Treaty of Versailles in 1919 symbolized both the desire to restore order and the inability to do so. They wanted to do it to restore order, but they were not able to do it. कुछ तो reason हुआ होगा. Why were they unable? That's what the question says. तो यहाँ claim क्या है? This is the claim. They were unable to do it with the help of this treaty. Ostensibly crafted, okay, अभी आ जाएंगे, इसको देख लेंगे. यहाँ Germany, Keynes, okay. The treaty became emblematic of a new problem. So instead of resolving the situation, it became emblematic of a new problem. It showed you another angle. The failure of institutions to restrain emotion and power, it showed how peace could be as politically loaded. Okay. Problem यहाँ दिखा दिया treaty का. We'll come back to it because there's this weekend question. Okay. This disillusionment is आपका illusion गिर गया. So earlier you were in a भ्रम and now it has slipped. असलियत सामने आ गई. Had ripple effects across philosophy, literature and this intellectual वाला एक question है. Gave way to this intellectual movements united more, ये right? मत पढ़ो ज्यादा. Question देख लेने के बाद ये इत्मीनान होता है. अब आप यहाँ पे अगर ये बोलोगे oh I'm not able to remember what questions I saw, तो भाई वहां तो गलती आपके दिमाग की है, उसको तेज करो. You have to have this much of retention with practice and sustained reading. So Germany, the war's veterans, okay, fascist mythologies, rebirth, brutalized, okay, but this para is talking about philosophy, literature and political thought जो war ने किया. आएंगे इसमें. Yet amid the rubble is malba in Hindi, the dher, kachra, there were also attempts to salvage hope. Also some angle has changed here. The author's tone changes ki by some attempts. Positive attempts. League of Nations, okay, fragile, symbolic attempt, acha. So the author's tone towards this LON is positive. Replace power, failure to prevent the Second World War, acha, it could not prevent that. Often overshadowed, okay, intellectuals, okay. इनके नाम देख लो. Intellectuals का जिक्र आया. Early 20th century, defending pluralism, okay. Post-war world was divided between those who succumbed to despair, who resigned themselves to fate. या despair, and those who responded okay, they started imagining better systems. हो गया खत्म. The last para. What makes the First World War especially significant? There can be a question. Why was it significant? Is not just the devastation, the first para said so, but the epistemological rupture it initiated. Rupture is break. Epistemological is connected to the knowledge thing. Epistemological source, roots. Okay. The war did not simply change political regimes. Not only this, transformed people thought about this. Its consequences were less visible, दिखते नहीं थे, but more lasting than the trenches and treaties suggest. It inaugurated an age of suspicion. Okay. Author's conclusion matches with the first para. So it's a very neat passage. If I go back and see what is where, pala para, what did it do? Second para, the empires. Third para, Treaty of Versailles. Fourth para, philosophy, literature, political thought. Fifth para, League of Nations, some attempts to salvage hope. Something, 20th century Europe, Karl Popper, Isaiah Berlin. Okay. And the last para is a neat conclusion. Cool. Now I'll go over to the questions, but my sequence will be main idea, tone, and then the other two. Alright. So main idea is what? Let's check this. Question number 1. So the aftermath of World War I catalyzed a rupture in Enlightenment ideals, ushering in widespread doubts about the foundations of modern thought and governance. This one is talking about Enlightenment. It brought about a break in that. Widespread doubts about the foundations of modern thought and governance. Okay. If we go over to the last para to confirm, not just the devastation, epistemological break, it transformed people thought about truth, authority and civilization itself. It inaugurated an age of suspicion toward ideology, grand narratives and the idea, okay, And the first para says, made a mockery of such assumptions. What assumptions? That the government is good, progress is inevitable, and ye liberal institutions wala deeper crisis of this. International cooperation and the ideals of enlightenment thought. So going by whatever I read just now, first one is good. I'll keep it unless I find another better one. The aftermath of this catalyzed a rupture, break, ushering in this, doubts, okay. Liberal thoughts and governance bola hai. Right. The erosion of liberal democracy post-World War I was driven more by authoritarian this than by any intellectual transformation. But intellectual transformation ka importance to hai. So this is what I call faulty comparison wala red flag, eliminated. The post-World War I era marked a period where modern society selectively abandoned rational principles in favor of cultural and artistic upheaval. Modern societies, did they do that? They selectively abandoned rational principles and they took up cultural and artistic upheaval. Where was the para for this? I did not come across this. This says they abandoned the rational principles and they took up all these. So this is out. Rather than resolving the crisis of meaning, post-World War I thinkers and regimes deepened it. They could not resolve it. They deepened it by fragmenting consensus on truth and morality. You know this part, ye dekho. Fragmenting consensus. They broke something. What was it? Consensus, unanimity on truth and morality. Truth, morality, was that their preference? Was that their priority? No. The first para, last para gives us, the two paras give us very clearly this. The aftermath of this, in the wake of World War I, broke what? It brought about a rupture, a break in what? Enlightenment ka principles. First para. Ushering in widespread doubts. Last para also, besides the first para, challenge those assumptions about the foundations of modern thought and governance. Dono points first para mein bhi hai. So this is your answer. Right? Hope this is clear. Now I'm going to go over to the tone question. Tone of the passage. But before I check the options, I'll take you to this last bit. What makes this, not this, okay, इसने ऐसा किया, वैसा किया, बहुत deep ख्यालात है इनके. More lasting, okay, inaugurated this. Philosophy झाड़ रहे हैं साहब. Over to the question. Tone of the passage. Contemplative and apprehensive. I'll keep this. Analytical and skeptical. I'll keep this. Reflective and somber. I'll keep this. This is eliminated. Detached, but historically curious. This is still okay. Detached. If he's so detached, why is he giving such a passionate conclusion? So this is out. Okay. He is quite lost in thought. He is deeply reflecting on something. So I like this. Somber is serious, not pensive, not depressed. No. Somber, serious, grave. That is what he's doing. I'll keep this. Let's check these two. Analytical and skeptical. Analytical is, analytical tone kab hota hai? When the author compares A with B. Okay, that comparison thing, that is analytical. So he's not comparing World War I with something else. No. Analytical happens when he takes up World War I and compares the pros and cons. Okay. He's not doing that. Analytical ek aur hota hai when he's trying to prove a point with the help of some data, facts, figures. He's kind of, just rationalizing it. That is what analytical is. So analytical is good. Okay. Skeptical. Skeptical is unsure of something. What is he unsure of? Unsure to tab hota hai when there is a plan, a solution mentioned over there, some recommendation that people come up with, and then the author says, hey, but there are some side effects. We need to take it with caution. Ye hota hai skeptical. unsure, skeptical, pessimistic. यहाँ कोई solution थोड़े दिया है. He's just giving you his points, his philosophy. So this is out. Analytical एक बार को फिर भी चलेगा. Okay. So I'm left with C and A. Contemplative, reflective, both are good. Somber or apprehensive? Apprehensive is worried, fearful. He's not fearful of anything. He's just, on a very serious note, he's explaining things. So your answer is this. Hope this is clear. Right? Detached, जो D हमने पहले eliminate किया था, that is like somebody who is not even bothered about something. He's like very, very neutral, totally neutral. Had he been totally neutral, why would he have given you this conclusion that says it is this, not this, this, right? So ये हो गया आपका. Then we have intellectual movements wala. I would like to do this as my third question. Specific hai kyunki. So infer about the author's view on post-World War I intellectual movements. That one para, right? So if I go back and check the para once, एक बार तो देखना बनता है ना, क्योंकि तब हमने पढ़ा नहीं था detail में, right? The orderly optimism of the Victorian age. Orderly optimism, everything was in place in the Victorian age. It moved away and it gave way to existentialism. Existentialism is what? The doubt about existing. Crisis. You know, tomorrow if we need to relocate to Mars, according to Elon Musk, as we need to, that would be an existential crisis. Can our planet sustain all of us? ये होता है existential. So, not just connected with Mars and all, but existential is when it comes down to your exist karna. Sustainability. Psychoanalysis and surrealism. Victorian age gave way to this, this and this. Ab, when I read this, I get one point here. दिमाग में एक ख्याल आ रहा है, कभी-कभी मेरे दिल में ख्याल आता है. You know, he has given here this, this and this separated by commas. That means these were the effects of World War I on philosophy, literature and political thought. Question setter के लिए बहुत ही प्यारा zone है. He will give you a true false question. अभी जैसे उसने पूछा है. And he will give you rephrasing of these. Correct? दे सकता है. आगे क्या बोला है? Intellectual movements united more by their skepticism than their solutions. Solutions नहीं निकल पा रहे थे. Skepticism ज्यादा था. Doubts. Across Europe, democracy faltered. फिर वो examples दे रहा है. इतनी reading काफी है for me to go back and tackle this. We are looking for one true. F. Correct. Their emergence reflects a broader societal need to find meaning in the face of disillusionment and chaos. Their emergence. Whose emergence? Intellectual movements. था ना, बोला था intellectual movements का, right? यही तो, ये. Intellectual movements united more by their skepticism than their solutions. Solutions नहीं था उनके पास. They were united more by their skepticism. So, emergence reflects a broader societal need, systemic requirement to find meaning in the face of disillusionment and chaos. There was disillusionment and chaos everywhere because of this World War thing. So find meaning, find some solution, कुछ तो वैसा चाहिए, right? They compensated for the failures of liberal democracy by promoting alternative visions of political order. Is the paragraph saying any such thing? Promoting alternative visions? No, not exactly. They compensated for this. Compensated का मतलब, you know, the tone that you're getting here is बता लिया उन लोगों ने कुछ. They came up with alternative visions. But the para says they were more united by skepticism. Solutions तो थे नहीं उनके पास. Right. So, this is out. The rejection of certainty paralleled the political shift toward authoritarianism. The rejection of certainty. बराबर what? Political shift. I'll take you back. यहाँ देख लो अब आप. Across this, democracy faltered. War's veterans returned to societies in turmoil and found solace not in this, but in fascist mythologies of rebirth and national glory. Fascist is dictatorial. Okay. Not in this. The war had brutalized not only the body but the imagination, preparing the ground for totalitarian ideologies. So people were like okay with that. Okay, totalitarian ideologies, fascist, जो भी है, आने दो चलेगा types ऐसा. They have given you something here. कहाँ गया? The rejection of certainty paralleled the political shift toward authoritarianism. Political shift toward authoritarianism, still I can connect with whatever was given. But do you see this? The rejection of certainty, author's view, the rejection of certainty paralleled. They rejected that. Was it barabar? Was it equal to? Was it of the same level as this? This is what I call faulty comparison. This is eliminated. So I'm still left with A and now D. They revived interest in pre-enlightenment worldviews that had been dismissed in the 19th century. Oh, they revived interest. अब तो बात positive हो गया. The author's tone towards those things was negative. So this is eliminated and this is your answer. Broader societal need. कुछ नहीं कर पाए ये. They were like more unified by skepticism. Solutions नहीं थे. To find meaning in the face of disillusionment and chaos. I'll take you back over here and I'll show you something. Here. The post-war world was divided between those who succumbed to despair and those who responded by this. Okay. नहीं ये नहीं, गलत वाले जगह पे आ गई. Sorry यहाँ. It showed how peace could be as politically loaded and as unstable as war. So there was a lot of instability. And then here, philosophies, this, the orderly optimism. Do you see this? Orderly optimism. There was order, there was system. हट गया वो. Gave way to this and surrealism, existentialism, disillusionment, chaos, charo taraf, okay. Intellectual movements united more by this than their solutions. So you needed, I mean, in the face of all this, there was a need for that. Question ने आपसे सिर्फ पूछा है, author's view on post-World War I intellectual movements. So the author says yes, उनका emergence. There was a need to come up with solutions, to find meaning. That is what he says, okay. So because the others are eliminated, we are left with this. This is your answer. एक और बच गया है इसका. Weaken the author's claim about the long-term consequences of the Treaty of Versailles. भाई long-term consequences, पहले तो ध्यान देना, Treaty of Versailles, para. Consequences but long-term. Look at that claim first. The Treaty of Versailles symbolized both the desire to restore order and this. Ostensibly crafted to prevent another conflict. कोशिश की गई. The treaty was a curious mix of moralism and vengeance. It had harsh terms, especially toward Germany. They were justified by an appeal to justice, but many contemporaries warned that such punitive measures, stringent measures, strict measures would plant the seeds of future conflict. और लड़ाई होगी, conflict होगा. The treaty became emblematic of a new problem. The failure of institutions to control emotion, power, under the guise of legality. Okay. It showed how peace could be as politically loaded. Okay, done. So the claim here is this. It was not able to restore order or whatever. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे और long term consequence अगर यहाँ देखते हैं तो failure of institutions to this. Okay, fine. So I go back to this question. Most weaken the author's claim about the long-term consequences of the Treaty of Versailles. So we have to weaken it by saying no. वो इतना भी बुरा नहीं था जितना तुम सोच रहे हो. Or it did not bring in such harmful things, such harmful effects, and we can give one reason. Okay. So, the rise of the Nazi party in Germany was fueled more by global economic collapse than by the Treaty of Versailles. Okay, we are giving another reason. It was fueled more by this. Treaty of Versailles se nahi hua. The rise of the Nazi party. Okay, is the claim about Treaty of Versailles fueling the rise of the Nazi party? Yeah, pucha, author's claim about the long-term consequences. Was the long-term consequence something to do with fueling something about fueling the Nazi party of Germany? We need to check that. Then The German military was significantly downsized under the treaty's terms, reducing its immediate threat to neighboring nations. So reducing its immediate threat to neighboring nations, and here significantly downsized. Does it weaken the long-term consequence? पहले तो long term consequence clear नहीं हुआ है. So in case this question takes you time, leave it. I have said this earlier that if the claim is mentioned here in the question stem itself, it's a good question, you can do it. ढूंढना पड़े तो time लग सकता है. Despite harsh reparations, several influential German political leaders in the 1920s publicly acknowledged the treaty as a necessary resolution to the war. Harsh reparations, stringent, strict. Several influential people, these leaders, publicly acknowledged it as a necessary resolution to the war. So, is it weakening the claim, the long-term claim, that this treaty could not do anything to address the war, could not do anything to resolve the situation? I think that is what the first line said, right? French and British citizens also viewed the treaty as overtly harsh and voiced concerns about its long-term impact on German stability. Okay, also viewed, this brings in the view of these people, the treaty as overtly harsh and voiced concerns long-term impact on German stability. But now I'm totally confused as to what the impact was, the long-term impact. We go back and check. Symbolize both the desire to restore this. It was crafted to prevent another conflict. It was a curious mix of moralism and vengeance. It could not symbolize both the desire and the inability to do so. This is the claim. The claim says, Koshish kiya usne, but it was not able to do so. And then all these points, the other points are supporting the claim. It was crafted to prevent a conflict. Oh, it was a curious mix of moralism and vengeance. बहुत harsh हो गया था उसका terms. So, because of these harsh terms, it was unable to kind of restore order, right? Especially toward Germany, were justified by an appeal to justice. So here the main claim is here. The treaty became emblematic of a new problem: restrain emotion, power under the guise of legality. Okay. It showed how peace could be politically loaded and as unstable as war. So, in case you're confused, ये main claim है या ये है, do this technique X and Y. The last sentence is Y, the first one is X. The treaty was unable to restore order in the long run. So, peace could be politically loaded under the guise of legality, blah blah. Or the failure of institutions to restrain emotion, ऐसा हुआ, guise of legality, under the guise of legality हुआ, peace could be as politically loaded, इतना political ulterior motives हो सकता है, it could be as unstable. So, because of these things, the treaty was unable to restore order. So, Y leads to X. So, X is your main claim. नहीं कर पाया वो जिसके लिए वो craft किया गया था. You have to weaken it and say, हाँ, कुछ कर पाया वो, it was effective to some extent. Some people say so. So here, C is saying that. Despite harsh reparations, influential German political leaders, they acknowledged publicly. What? Treaty as a necessary resolution. Yes, it was able to resolve the situation. So this is weakening it directly. The main claim is being weakened. Got it? So this is your answer. The others are kind of like off the claim. Main claim छोड़ के कुछ और चीजों को वो target कर रहे हैं. ठीक है? So this is done. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We are done with all the 4 questions. Hope you understood the sequence in which you are supposed to answer questions. Again, it depends on your choice. By critical reasoning, generally students को time taking लगता है. So I try to do it in the end just to show it to you guys कि ठीक है बाद में कर लो इसको. बाकी आप पहले main idea, tone, specific inferences start करो. Right? Thank you so much guys. I'm going to see you again and again and again.